The Curse of Xibalba. Deep in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, hidden beneath the dense jungle and the remnants of forgotten temples, a group of archaeologists had uncovered a long-lost Maya city. For years, the Maya had been the subject of fascination, their civilization known for its brilliance in astronomy, art, and architecture. But what they had found was far darker than they could have imagined. Dr. Emily Rivera, the lead archaeologist, had always been drawn to the myths and legends of the ancient Maya. She had heard of Xibalba, the underworld, a place of death, darkness, and trial. The locals, however, spoke of it in hushed tones, saying it was no mere myth. The ruins they had uncovered were a direct path to the gates of Xibalba itself. Driven by ambition and the promise of a groundbreaking discovery, Emily and her team pushed deeper into the site. They unearthed an altar, blackened and worn by centuries of neglect, and around it, strange carvings, symbols she couldn't decipher, faces twisted in eternal agony. The air felt heavy as though something had been disturbed. But Emily, determined, pressed on. That night, as they camped near the ruins, the team heard it. Whispers carried by the wind, barely audible but unmistakable. The sounds came from the direction of the altar. Emily dismissed it as the wind, but one of her team members, Juan, was not so sure. He had grown pale and his hands trembled. He muttered about old stories his grandmother had told him, of the gods of death, of a curse that would rise if the tomb of Xibalba were disturbed. As they ventured back to the altar the next morning, something was wrong. The ground around the altar had shifted, and the carvings were no longer just images. They seemed to move, their expressions changing, becoming more grotesque with every glance. Suddenly, a chilling wind swept through the site, causing the trees to sway violently, their leaves rustling like 1,000 whispers. Then it happened. A figure emerged from the shadows of the temple. It was tall, its body draped in tattered robes of ancient fabric. Its face was hidden beneath a mask of obsidian, but the eyes burned with an unnatural glow. Emily's breath caught in her throat as the figure stepped forward, its feet leaving no trace in the earth. "Xibalba," the figure whispered, its voice like the scraping of stone on bone. Before Emily could react, the ground beneath her feet gave way. She fell and darkness swallowed her whole. When she awoke, the world around her was twisted, warped. The jungle had vanished, replaced by an endless expanse of black stone and crimson sky. She was standing in the heart of Xibalba. The air was thick with a palpable, oppressive force. The air itself felt like it was alive, pressing in from all sides. The whispers grew louder, now a chorus of voices, chanting in an ancient tongue. Figures, twisted and gaunt, appeared from the shadows, their eyes hollow, their skin a deep, mottled black. They circled her, their fingers extended, the air growing colder with each step they took. Emily tried to run, but the ground shifted, the stone beneath her feet rising like a wall, trapping her in place. The faces of the figures began to morph into something worse. Their mouths opened wide, revealing rows of jagged teeth, and their eyes, those glowing, unblinking eyes, pierced through her very soul. One of them stepped forward, its voice now a terrible echo in her mind. "You have awakened us," it whispered. "Now you will join us." And as the darkness closed in, Emily's scream was swallowed by the void of Xibalba, lost forever in the cursed underworld of the Maya.